But Ron, we did an analysis on that rental property, and they're only making 0.5% after expenses in a return on that property because they've held it too long, because they're just comfortable with who's in it and they're watching it sit there and just go up in value but make no money. We actually put a plan together for them to sell that property and not pay any taxes when they sell it. And then basically their income is going to go to $90,000 a year in interest on the amount from the selling the home. So they're going to go from making basically $12,000 a year net income on their rent to $90,000 a year with no tenants, toilets, or trash, and they have all their money in cash. And we helped them set up a holding company so that when they sold the home, they didn't pay any tax at closing, and they kept the money in cash.
90,000 a month, 90,000 a year.
90,000 a year, excuse me.
$7,500 every month and here's one of my favorite words. I think it might have become my favorite word lately. Strategy.
Right.
You just change the strategy of what they're doing. And my guess is, just from leading a lending team and investing in real estate, that there probably was not a whole lot of work on that client's part on that property. The last thing that the renter wanted to do was call that landlord because they wanted them to forget that they were even there.
Yep.
Right. Because they knew that if they're getting $3,500 a month on a $2 million house, we don't want to raise any red flags. We want them just to see that money in their account every month, right, and forget us.
But people get busy in their life, and if you have a good tenant, it's just as well enough. You don't want to ruin that situation. But they didn't realize they were making less than 1% return on their money because their property was safe. But now they're able to actually help their husband come home from work because he hates his job, because we're now using that piece of asset effectively. But here's the key component. They weren't considering selling it because they didn't want to give 37% to the state of California and the IRS in capital gains taxes. So Ron, I set up a trust account for them, and we helped them hold the house and sell it.